Oh, one thing I failed to mention about the Ghost here is the engine mount. Now, this engine mount is an OS engine mount specifically designed for the OS 56 FX, I believe. Yeah, 46 FX, that's it. And the OS 52 four-stroke. Yeah, the four-stroke barely fits on this thing, but it does work. However, the manual says that it wants the crankshaft to be in line with the hole in the firewall. Well, this mount has the crankshaft directly in the middle of this mount, which works great, and I want to have the engine sitting upright, but the issue is I cannot get the engine mount properly aligned because of the fuel tank battery tray. Now, this is a 12-ounce Debro fuel tank, and it barely clears the covering, or the battery hatch, fuel hatch. It does fit in there, but feels like it touches once in a while. No big deal. But the problem is, where the battery tray is, if you can see underneath there, I have those bottom screws just above. And in order to have it perfectly aligned, those mounting bolts for the engine mount are going to go directly into the battery tray. And if I go below the battery tray, now I'm worried that the engine is going to be sitting too low, and then I'm going to be having the prop strike the ground if I nose over just a little bit too much. So I thought this was going to be a happy medium. Like I said, the first plane flew good. It was a different engine mount that I tried, but it was the same dimensions basically. So I had it set up like this. Seemed to be okay. Like I said, I'm going with the four-stroke engine this time. Should be the same weight. Hopefully it's not too nose heavy, but yeah, if they could make the kit where the battery tray was like a half-inch lower, it would still fit the battery underneath there. You can put an ESC in there yet, but that line is basically those two lines there underneath the engine mount is where that battery tray is. And it's like, oh, just so close. But I'll make it work. Besides, if I can get this thing to work, which I have once, I can do it again. And if I can get this thing to fly and land, which I did, I think we're going to be good. I just don't want to end up being another plane that I crash. This thing's fun to build, fun to fly. That's it.